Hey guys, just finished watching Gotham, Season 5, Episode 5, Legend of the Dark Knight, Pena Dura. That's kind of interesting. Not sure to know what it means, but whatever. We see Jim starts off this episode was kind of interesting with the introduction of pretty much we know who it's going to be Bane and stuff. I think that's kind of interesting seeing him. We see Jim's old army buddy shows up to help wipe out crime from Gotham and stuff. I think that was really interesting. They find out that the Riddler's the bomber and stuff. They find that pretty easily, stuff, and then we see that Selina is being celebrated by the sirens and stuff, by Barbara, that as Jeremiah's killer and stuff. And I think that was really interesting, cool with that. We find out that the Penguin had played with Hugo Strange, and I'm really glad they were bringing more of Hugo Strange back in, since he is a classic comic book character for the Batman. He's one of the earliest Batman foes. Actually, he's probably one of the first actual classic Batman foes, because he first appeared early on in very early issues back in the 1940s of the Batman storyline. Even probably predates Batman himself, his own solo title in the early detective comics, so early issue 30 or something like that. Issue 30, 35, something like that. Real early issues. He predates Robin, he predates the Joker, he predates every one of these characters, and I think it's really cool having that character, and you got to have that character back for the last season of Gotham, since he is such he's one of the early Batman villains. Without a villain like this, Batman might not have been around, continued on, right? So I think that's really cool. It's really cool seeing that. It's really cool having Hugo Strange back, that he's the one who's kind of been playing with and saved the Riddler and stuff. So I think that was really cool. We hear that, find out the Penguin paid Hugo Strange to kind of help sew up Ed and stuff, and we find out that Hugo Strange he ends up finding Hugo Strange cuts him open, and we find out that the army has been controlling him, or specifically that Chanel, I forget to think of her name, but the girl who Jim Gordon's been talking to over the phone. I think that's kind of really interesting. So over the kind of the radio. So it's unclear if this is part of the army, what's really going on with that. And I think that's kind of really cool, how that we find out that Walker is the one kind of controlling Ed and stuff, and the army's been controlling Ed. And I think that was really interesting dealing with that storyline, to see as to kind of how things are going to go around with that. I mean, we still haven't seen as to where Miranda Baccarin's character is, where is Leslie Tompkins, and what she's been doing. Last I remember seeing her and Ed, they both kind of shot each other, and so they were both kind of dealing with that from last season. So I'm not sure as to where she is around, if she's still alive somewhere, what's going on with that. So that'd be cool to see as to where she is. But I think it was kind of interesting, the idea of having that army coming in here, and they're kind of doing these kind of backdoor things as to finding out, why did Walker want to destroy Blunt Haven? Why did she want to do that? I think that was kind of really interesting. We even had a cool moment here between Bruce and Bullock and stuff, and Bruce is talking and stuff, and all of a sudden Bruce just kind of disappears, getting closer and closer to those Batman things and stuff, and I'm bringing in a little bit more of those Batman stuff. It's disappointing that I really don't feel like this. Bruce can hold his own a little bit, but I don't feel like he's at Batman level. Obviously, we're going to have a huge time jump. It's going to be interesting to see as to how much of a time jump. Do we get a 10-year time jump? Or do we get a 5-year time jump? I hope it's going to be at least a 10-15-year time jump. That would make sense at the end for him to, because that's what I think it would take for him to get somewhat Batman ready. And even then, I don't think he'd be ready to take on Bane or anyone like that, or even physically take on anyone like that. So I think it could be interesting to see as to kind of where things go to build him up towards the Batman, how much we get to see of him as Batman. And hopefully we get the time jump the before last episode or something. So, or at the beginning of the before last episode, so we get like 2 or 3 episodes in the time jump. That would be really cool, rather than just being the time jump in at the end of the before last episode and getting 1 episode of him completely as Batman. I'd be throw us a bone and do a little bit more than what they did with Smallville. Obviously Smallville was all because of Tom Welling didn't want to wear the suit and stuff, but here I think it'd be really cool, and I don't see David and Mazouz really nowhere has he ever said that he doesn't want to wear the suit. He'd love to wear the suit, so I think it'd be really cool to take advantage of that and give us a couple of episodes of him in the suit, in a Batman suit. Something a little bit better than the one that they had on Titans, but the one they had on Titans was really for very fast shots, and it was really kind of they never really wanted to show Batman, and I get that. Whereas But here you have to show Batman, you have to show exactly what he looks like. So I think it's going to be cool to see as to where they go. I don't know how much they're really going to put into a Batman costume. So I could see them maybe using pieces of like maybe depends on what fits them. Maybe a version of the Christian Bale suit, or obviously I don't see them wearing somewhat of the Keaton suit, but we'll have to wait and see. And maybe he just does put on a version of the Titan suit that they made, and just kind of have him have him with a different style, kind of covering it all up type thing. That it could be cool. Hopefully they have their own version of the suit. It really would be cool. And hopefully whatever they do not paint his eyes, because that's just really stupid. It pisses me off when they paint people's eyes and stuff. So that was really going to be interesting to see as to where it's going at that, and seeing that kind of vanishing on Bullock was a really cool nod to that. We find out that Jerome is alive at the end of the episode, and that he looks like he has a couple of people that were turned into, that are being he had a plastic surgeon make some Martha and Thomas Waynes, and I think that's really going to be cool to see as to how that's going to affect Bruce, as to where things go. So all in all, I'm really excited to see as to where things go with this show. I'm really excited to see as to how things are kind of playing out, especially with Riddler being controlled by the army and stuff. That's really fun. And it's going to be cool to see as to where things go. So I can't wait to see as to kind of how things kind of continue on in the next episode, which unfortunately we do have to wait 2 weeks to see, and it's where we get Bane, and oh my god, Bane looks kind of terrible. So we'll have to wait and see as to how things go with that. So let me know what you think, guys, about this episode in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
I'm Captain America, here to talk to you about one of the most valuable traits a soldier or student can have.
Subscribing.
Sometimes subscribing is the key to victory. Sometimes it leads to very little, and it seems like it's not worth it. And you wonder why you waited so long for something so disappointing. How many more of these?
You're still here.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Peace.
It's over.